Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. There is a lot going on. I hope all is well with you and yours. So let's start off with the arrest of the CEO of Telegram. Now, people are freaked out. They started selling Toncoin. So Toncoin tanked about 20%. Yeah, I bought a lot. I bought a lot. If it just goes back to where it was the other day, I'm up 25%. I think it'll be back up by the end of this week, maybe the end of next week. So a quick 25%, hit right there. So I took some dry powder, sprinkled it in, called it a day. What else is going on? Oh, for all those people that signed up for the class, I will be setting up that link for the meeting. It will be held via Microsoft Teams, and I will send out the link to you guys personally. Now, what else is going on? That should either go out today or tomorrow. So rest assured. I'm actually looking seriously forward to that class. Seriously forward to that class. I know a couple of people are going to be there. It's going to be a really good conversation, a really good back and forth on, what I do, stuff like that. I've got over 32 resources that I'll be showing to you guys. So, that I use to get news and things like that, to look at different stories and things. So there's a lot going on there. A lot. So that's going to be a very interesting class. I hope you sign up. Don't forget, you can just go to growmybag.tv/classes and you can sign up for sure. Wall Street firms under fire. Why? Paying over $470 million. Why? Apparently, failure to adhere to record keeping rules or regulations. And I'm just sitting back and I'm just going, wow, that's very interesting. Then another banking news, there's a large UK-based bank, Starling Bank, that had to apologize to a customer. They wanted to transfer like $16,000-$17,000, right, to a friend of theirs. They had the man had to jump through as a professor, an academic, a professor, had to jump through like some crazy hoops to verify who he was and everything else. And I'm like, I get it. He had verified who he was. It's his money. The other person in Austria, I mean, okay, fine. I mean, it's Europe. I mean, they shouldn't be surprised at, cross-border transactions. Hours and hours and hours of having to jump through some ridiculous hoops. And the most they did was apologize. And I'm sitting back and I'm going, see, if that was crypto, that wouldn't have been a problem. Would not have been a problem. I've got to jump through your bank's stupid hoops to move my money. They froze his account for a period of time. And I'm just like, wow. Imagine being unable to get to your money because some banking risk officer just lost their freaking mind and said, no, we're not going to let this through. Even though we know who you are, we know who the other party is, we're still going to make you jump through some stupid hoops. I don't know about you, but I ain't got time for that. You're going to tell me I can't use my money for what I want to use it for? Imagine paying a credit card bill and the bank going, no, that seems odd to us. That's a really high number that you used. We're not going to allow that payment. Now, it sounds stupid. It sounds like I'm off my rocker. But am I? Look at CBDCs. Do you think it'll get worse with CBDCs? Yes. You want to know why? Because it won't be the bank stopping your transaction. It'll be the government. It would be the government that could stop your transaction. Banks are freaking out. Banks do not want CBDCs. They do not want that. And I think one of the reasons why banks don't want the CBDCs is because they'll have to step up their systems and a whole bunch of other stuff. And you'd be able to see all the machinations of your money. Kind of like you could already see that on the blockchain. I mean, you know what I mean? But you'd be able to see how many times your money, earmarked for you, tied to you, is going like that through banking systems. I can see it as a problem. I can definitely see it as a problem for banks. I think I can see it as serious overreach by any government. Serious overreach. Then I wanted to bring up the fact that, last week I had mentioned that Russia is thinking about opening two crypto exchanges. Well, the Russian exchange, the Russian stock exchange, said, "Nah, that's not going to happen. That's not what's going on." But I also didn't hear that, they're not contemplating using blockchain for BRICS. So they're still, I look at everything that touches BRICS, everything that's going on with Russia, everything that's going on with China and India, all those countries that are involved with BRICS. I look with a side eye. I absolutely look with a side eye, because if they were to move to, their central number, how would they work with? I think it would be dangerous for India. I really do think it'd be dangerous for India, because they're making money with the Western side of the world, with all their little people doing all kinds of technology work. Imagine if that was to go away. What would happen then? Oof. There are a lot of ramifications to everything that's going on in the financial industry right now. And you should be waking up and you should be paying attention to it. You should be doing your own research around it. There's a lot of stuff going on. A lot. The Ethereum Foundation moved about $94 million worth of ETH in position to be sold. And people are freaking out about this. And I'm like, it's normal course of operations. They've got bills to pay. Some of those bills cannot be paid in, in anything other than fiat. So they've got to sell. Normal course of operations. I think what everybody's got in uproar is that they're saying, well, you didn't say anything, you didn't announce anything, you didn't. And I'm sitting back and I'm going, and they run a business. But they're going to do what they have to do. And $94 million, you're crying about $94 million? Really? That's not going to move anybody's Ethereum market. It's not. It's not going to cause it. You yapping about it will cause FUD and everything else. Your lack of understanding about how to run a business is going to cause a problem. But everything else, bruh, don't get your bloomers in a bunch. Lord of mercy. Then Shiba Inu. This is good news. Shiba Inu is looking to decentralize, their decision making, their governance processes. Remember last week I told you about how, last week or the week before I told you about how the lead developer is looking to step down, two lead developers looking to take a step back. Here comes the DAO. That's even better news. Decisions for Shiba Inu will be managed by a DAO. What? That's going to be big. People are not paying attention. They should be. Shiba Inu has grown up a lot. Take it out of your meme category. It is not a meme. It is not a meme. Straight up. They're doing big person things right now. They're doing big person things. That's something that's wacky. I told you that, that Pavel Durov's, arrest caused ton to go down. That's the monetary side, right? I went out and I bought some, sprinkled some stuff on there. But here's something else that's going on. Justin Sun's like, yeah, I'm going to create a free Pavel DAO, and I'm pledging $1 million. I think you're going to see a lot of people pledge money to that DAO. Here's why. Here's a platform, and I want you to pay attention to how CZ had to spend a few months in jail in the United States, or is spending a few months in jail in the United States. What they're saying is that your platform is being used to do things. You built the platform, you're responsible. I'm responsible for what people do on the platform? Well, you don't have enough, monitoring on the platform. They're private conversations. That has nothing to do with me. So the idea of free speech, you should be going after those people. Oh, you want me to tell you who those people are? Nah, we're not doing that. Go find other means. Go find other means to find those people. Because what's crazy is that, a lot of these governments know who these people are. They kind of know. Now, you could also take the other side where that, if you know people are doing something nefarious, but that's the thing. They don't know that they're doing something nefarious. Why? Because it's encrypted conversations. So they don't know anything. So it's kind of like, wait a minute. So we're going to arrest you because you created something. And I did the same thing to Ton, right? I did the same thing to Telegram. I persecuted Telegram because I thought Telegram was doing these nefarious things. And then when I stop and put my, big person hat on, you go, yeah, that's not how it works. And I know that's not how it works. So I should have known better. So I was mad at myself for a little while. Very short while. Can't stay mad at myself. I'm too cute. At least that's what my mommy told me. So, but all jokes aside, I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this and I'm just saying to myself, that's some crazy ish right there. A platform is being, so that would mean that you would have to take every phone company, right? Take them to court and arrest the board of directors, arrest the stockholders, shareholders. Go on. All the email companies out there, arrest them too. Like, how's it? Where do you draw that line? Where do you draw that line? You're mad because you couldn't crack their encryption. You're mad because they should have known how their platform was going to be used. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. What happens if some dude calls his girlfriend or his girlfriend calls him talking some naughty? That's none yo. As in none yo damn business. That's between two parties. Or three or more, whatever, however they do their thing. That's none yo. That's none of your damn business. So how are you going to figure that out? How are you going to tell me that I'm in trouble for what other people did? And think about this. If you know what those people did, why are you bothering me? That means you found out through other means. I don't know. Did you take Apple to court? Did you arrest, Jobs when he was alive? Are you addressing whoever's running Apple now? It's Tim Cook. You're arresting him? Because you can't necessarily crack the iPhone, or some agencies can't crack the iPhone. There is software out there you can crack the iPhone. It's not unknown. But they never went to jail. Back in the day when they could not do that, they didn't go to jail. So I'm just wondering, it's a slippery slope. And when does it end? When does it end? I think it's a little too far. I think you're going to see a lot of people pushing back on this. Because you're really impeding upon my rights as a citizen, what I'm allowed to do. So I'm not allowed to use this platform because you're just going to push more people to that platform. You really, really are. There's no reason to talk on anything else. You want to converse? Go to Telegram. You want to converse on Facebook, where they steal your information? Instagram, where they steal your information? Name a platform that's stealing your information. My platform doesn't. My platform doesn't care about what you're doing. As long as you're on Grow My Bag, as long as you're talking about finances and you're talking about legal things, we don't care. But it's also not a hidden platform. It's a wide open platform. So you just have to have an ID to get in, password to get in. But other than that, it's an open platform. So I seriously doubt if anybody's going to get on our platform talking some nonsense. I had somebody last night hit our chat. Followed us for the minimum 5 minutes. Hit our chat talking about, so what do you think about these stupid coins? So I blocked them, right? Immediate block. Immediate. I was like, oh, I see you. A bot or something else like that. Somebody trying to shill some stuff. So I said, don't shill on my channel. Block them. But that's me monitoring a wide open space. Telegram is not wide open. So I really do think that there's going to be a problem in France going after this guy. There's going to be serious uproar. There's going to be serious backlash. When I look at, other things, I'm just kind of like, I think there are more important things that we could be doing than going after somebody with a frivolous case. I think it's a frivolous case. Now, do I think that nefarious things happen on Telegram? Oh, definitely. But do I think government agencies already know who's doing those nefarious things? Yes. Because then how would you be able to wag a finger at Telegram? Because you have through other means found out that these people are doing things. And they may or may not be communicating on Telegram. May or may not. But you already suspect that they're doing things. Okay. All right. Just checking that out. I don't know. Block their phones. Make it more difficult for them. Follow them around and block their cellular service. Make it more difficult for them to do things. I don't know. There are different ways. Anyway, you know what we should do? That's right. We should get into the numbers. That's what we should be doing. So let me skip on over to the GMB crypto tracker. Pull that, push this. There you go. And like I said, it updates every 10 minutes. So I'm not worried about, having to update and, do the whole data thing. Automatically updates, which is a great thing. Let's see who's down today that I'm paying attention to. So the list of downward momentum stops right here. Everybody else is within the 5% rule. Everybody else is within the 5% rule. Athena, I see people talking about that. It's got a 3.53, GMBX factor, down 78% from its all-time high. Not something I follow. It's not something I follow at all. But it's down 6%. I don't know those two, so I don't really care. Going down this list, there's nothing here that I care about. On the top 25 winners on the crypto tracker, we've got, let's see, the list stops right about here. That means everybody else is just lateral. Everybody is lateral. So we've picked out, there are 10 here. There were 3 on the other, so 13 out of 250. 13 out of 250 coins that we track moved. Everybody else is lateral. Think about that. Everything else is lateral. That's nuts. FET up 11%. GMBX factor of 1.59. That's not a bad move. I'm expecting that. But look at this. We were not expecting FET to be at $3.3 billion. We were expecting FET to be at like $7 billion. But still, not bad. It's within the top 35. It's in the top 50. That's it. Everybody else is just lateral movement. Lateral movement. That's interesting. All right. So on the economic front, what do we have? Durable goods numbers coming out today. Remember, this is the last week of August, which is basically the last week of vacation in the United States. We've got Schiller Home Price Index coming out, consumer confidence coming out tomorrow. Then we had some Fed president talking on Wednesday. I don't really care. Initial jobless claims on Thursday. GDP second revision. Advanced retail and wholesale inventories. Another Fed president yapping their mouths. Let's see. Friday, personal income, personal spending, PCE index. Okay. So we have some economic numbers coming out this week. Not going to move the needle. 25 basis points is what I'm voting for. 25 basis point decrease coming in September 18th, I think. So I'm expecting the first 2 weeks of September. We were discussing it last night. So if you didn't catch last night's show, you should go back to yesterday's show, 4 p.m., the live that we did called the Sunday Roundup. Peep that one. We were talking about a whole bunch of stuff that we're expecting over the next week, right? Over this week, and then all the way through September 18th. I'm telling you, if you haven't bought, you should start buying. Fear and greed index is up to 55. Yesterday was 54. We were down. We're up, obviously, because we were down hard from 72 to 28. That's nuts. Total value locks is at 96.5. Not bad. No huge moves. Now look at that. Look at that. We've been trading tightly within my blue band, and now we jumped over it a little bit. See how it's almost purple? That's because there's a red line and a blue line right next to each other, playing tricks with your eyes. But now we're skidding along that 63,719. Skidding along that space. I mean, we're a little bit below. We're at 63, 649. All right, well, whatever. Let's take a look at the big board. Let's see what it says. Yeah. So we're real close to my 63,719 number. But all of these, to me, everything is still on sale. Why? Because they're not at their all-time highs. They're not at the all-time highs. I'm specifically, obviously, I'm specifically watching Toncoin, specifically watching XRP and Sol for different reasons. Shiba Inu should be a happy surprise to people. People are wondering why. Well, it was just a little while ago that it was at like 12 or 13, and now it's at 15. Just saying. Just saying. That's, what, 20% in a couple of days? Yeah. Shiba Inu is not playing games. That whole squad, they're not playing games. Looking at the numbers straight across, yeah. Ethereum's starting to come back a little bit. Hopefully it'll get above that 20% mark for year to date. But yeah, everything's, excuse me, tired. It's early this morning. Things are still, getting worked out, but you got to watch to see what's going on. Like I said, I think Toncoin is going to come back really, really strong. And I think it'll be relatively quick that it'll come back because people will start to realize his arrest doesn't actually affect Toncoin. I think that's the real deal. That's what we're talking about right there. It's its own living organism right now. Toncoin is not really affected by his arrest. Anyway, this is Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button because that really, really helps. And do me a favor, let the commercials play. Just let the commercials play. Don't skip over the commercials because that's actually how I make a couple of bucks. It doesn't happen without that, right? So do that and become a member. Members have benefits, big benefits, and we've got more coming. Hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.